Hello Ratbags, it's Jade with another legendary creature guide. Today we're taking out the two wildcats of Hamptonshire and also testing to see if after 1.4 update whether or not you can still get unlimited skill points. If you didn't see this exploit or this glitch, you should have probably by now. I think every big AC Valhalla Creed YouTuber has pretty much done it. It's showcasing it that you can pretty much kill the big one. You get 2 skill points, you then leave the arena and then he will spawn back and you can keep just killing him and getting 2 skill points. Now it sounds good, but as I said, this is quite a high level area. If you're anything below 150, you ain't doing this unless you put it on easy, or you're absolutely amazing. And even if you are good, you can see how low damage I'm actually doing to these creatures, even with level 183. So it's going to take you forever. So this idea that these YouTubers were showing you something amazing, nah, maybe for the later levels though. Definitely if you're looking to get masteries, apparently when you get sort of max level you can then start earning even more skill points and dump them in each discipline. So you can dump them inside wolf, bear, or obviously the raven, and it boosts the overall stats together. Now that's going to need a proper video which I'm going to talk about. Yes, today 1.4, it has now been patched. I'm going to show you guys that when I killed the big one I didn't get any skill points, and so you can't do this this exploit anymore. Here's location of them anyway if you just want to know how to defeat them, and I'm going to give you some tips and what I think you should be wearing and maybe some runes and basically their strategies to take them on, and hopefully you guys will find it just as useful. Let's go. If you've done the Corpse Feeders Legendary Creatures mission, you'll know that it's pretty tough having one target to concentrate while you've got another one attacking you constantly. But the small one doesn't do a huge amount of damage unless it manages to get on your back, and that's pretty rare. Particularly you want to try and keep the big cat between you and the small one. As long as you're kind of always facing the small cat, you don't have to worry about him jumping on your back. If it does jump on your back, it will start clawing away at you and it's really hard to get it off. I couldn't find a button to spam. There wasn't any prompts telling me to hit one button to get him off, and literally he was just taking all my life out of me. Now the big one himself has got a varied couple attacks, but again he's pretty simple in terms of having lots of time and space to go in there and get in lots of attacks. Whether or not you're using the L1 holding it down and using the axe attack on it, or you're going in for something a bit more long range like I'm trying here. Now I'm not doing as much damage though because I am such under leveled, and obviously Bo's getting them weak points, so you can see I've got the special finisher there. That took a hell of a lot of damage off him as well, so obviously that was pretty decent. I decided let's mix it up with poison. I've been doing this more and more lately just to get that extra tiny little bit, and if you're taking this guy out, long range could be the way to go. Having something like a spear or a two-handed axe, something that's going to give you widespread so that you can hit the small one. Generally if you do take a few swipes, the small one, if it gets hit, it will just get knocked back. It won't continue its attack. I'm pretty sure the small one only starts doing unstoppables when the big one's half health. As I said, the small one's pretty ferocious, but as long as you keep it in front of you, it shouldn't be a problem gauging how or when you're going to be dodging out the way. So yeah, I stand corrected, they're 340, even more. I mean, that's crazy. I was like 180, 185 maybe, so that's a huge amount above me, and I still managed to take them out. But it wasn't on this attempt. It was attempt number 4 when I finally succeeded. So definitely any armor sets that have got the best evade scores are going to help you as well. And obviously making sure you've got plenty of your adrenaline points, making sure you've got lots of them squares. So you really won't be attempting this maybe before you're at least 170, 160 possibly. If you're really good at dodging out the way, you might be able to survive any lower than that, but I still say it's going to just take you too long wailing on him, and the reward for doing it early isn't that great anyway. Now I did die a further 2 times because I wasn't taking my own advice. I was letting the little one get too close to me, and I was maybe a bit too concentrated in just taking the big one out and seeing whether or not I could maybe just get him done to see if the glitch still worked. But if you're not worried about that, yeah, I would say range could be a good one, but I'm going with my tried and trusted method: 2 dual wielding weapons, either axes or hammers or knives, and then doing the big huge Valkyrie dive. I know you guys keep telling me to use the harpoon ability, but I just find this one's better. It closes the gap in distance, and if 2 enemies are standing very close together, you'll damage both of them in the same swoop. That you just saw was probably the only negative. Sometimes when you pull it off, it doesn't always pull out straight away, and so you end up maybe wasting one of your adrenaline shots. But you can see I've got 4 adrenaline shots here. All my armor has got health in it or armor blocking runes. It is the base Raven set as well, which I'm just finding over and over again. It's my favorite. It gives you more armor when you get low down to health, so it's pretty much giving you effectively more withstanding against creatures. Now you see there, that was a pretty ferocious attack, and I feel that's like a halfway mark. A lot of these creatures, when they do get to the halfway point, that's when they'll start summoning other creatures around them, like the dogs that you'll find in some of the ruins elsewhere, and also some of the other enemies that you find. They'll call reinforcements and stuff, or they'll come up with their special attack. So yeah, you maybe got to just run around the arena a little bit, and this is maybe the time to pull out using the big, huge, maybe finisher one when they get to the halfway point. I would maybe even save it till then, so that you can carry on just staying away from them at range. Using my poison, as I said, that's my go-to method lately, or flames, but I find that flames can be quite annoying. If you do manage to kill someone and then it's still on fire, you can still get caught on fire on it as well. You can see I'm building it all up there nicely, and although I'm not doing a huge amount of damage, just the speed of that L1 attack is fantastic, doing that with both of my dual wielding axes. It makes me cry when my the Valkyrie dive only does like 6 damage. You ain't gonna lie, it's pretty poor, it's pretty weak sauce, but that's because it is obviously my weak hand. I'm guessing that's why one of them weapons isn't just doing as much. Other runes like attack runes, I think I've got like 5 backstab, and I've got some for more critical hits like 4.9. I've got 2 of them equipped as well, my weapons, and they're both flawless as well. It's the Housecarl's axe, and I do believe Farriner's axe as well. Again, 2 really early game axes that I've still just been carrying on using. So there you go, confirmation, you do not get 2 skill points by completing or killing the big one. The little one's still alive, but I have not gained any extra skill points. This is on the Xbox as well. So yeah, finally took on the big daddy one, and now it's time for little one here. Now he's pretty speedy. At this point you may want to really switch to something long range, like a spear. You can see though, the health on him is definitely much lower than the big one. You can literally just maybe keep aiming with bow and arrows if you haven't used them all up, and then getting close once you've got one of them big shots in. You see how much damage I've done, like nearly a good 35% of his health there in one go, and I'm just wailing on him now. But he does get a bit tricky. That little unstoppable one's so quick, where he bounces off you with a little bite, but it's still definitely better than when he jumps on your back and just rinses out all your life. That is just like, yeah, you're dead. If you haven't got any health and he's on your back, good luck. You're probably going to have to start over again. It did take me another 2 minutes to whittle this guy all the way down, and eventually I managed to pick up another couple arrows that were lying around, and then one more slow-mo, and boom, this guy is out of here. You have not got 9 lives today, little kiddie. And obviously there you go, you can see I've now got the 2 skill points. I did not get the 2 skill points when I took out the big one. I only got it when I took out both of them. So there we go, done and dusted. That is the 2 Wildcats of Hamptonshire done. I have worked out all of these creatures now. I've done them all, so I know what the reward is. Look out for the video that shows you what you can get. Spoilers, it's a big OP axe. And yeah, that's just some thoughts as well, talking about exploits. I love exploits, I don't mind them. I will do them often if I can get a chance, as long as it only affects single player games and stuff. But they've got to be really efficient for me, and they've got to actually work for a lot of players and not just like really high level ones, unless it's something really, really worthwhile. So yeah, I'm kind of glad this got patched out a little bit. It felt like it was just a little bit too long-winded for young early game players, and for long game players there's got to be a better way to earn your experience points than just killing the same enemy over and over again. I do believe others were showing you that you could be like godlike because you take part in a game of dice or something, but yeah, hopefully that's been fixed too. I like exploits, but not some that just make the game really not that fun anymore. So that's my 2 pence worth opinion about them. Until next time, Bags, I'll catch you lot later.